I'll be honest, the name Blades of Fire didn't fill me with hope. The name genuinely put me off, conjuring images of generic fantasy nonsense. How wrong I was. After many hours in MercurySteam's world, this is one of the most visually stunning and mechanically satisfying action role-playing games I've played in years. Blades of Fire is absolutely gorgeous. MercurySteam has created a fantasy world that looks like concept art brought to life. Running on Xbox Series X at rock-solid 60 frames per second, the lighting effects during forging sequences are spectacular. Watching molten metal glow while sparks dance through ancient forges creates genuine beauty. The character animations are equally impressive. Aaron moves with weighty confidence that makes every weapon swing feel impactful. Drawing inspiration from 80s fantasy films like Excalibur and Labyrinth, the game creates a world that feels both mythical and grounded. The colour palette shifts dramatically between areas, from warm oranges and reds of Forge, to towns to cool blues, and then greys of corrupted landscapes. It's stunning. It's worth noting, however, that Blades of Fire is hard. Not artificially difficult, but challenging in a way that demands you understand its systems. The combat centers around four-way targeting, head, left arm, right arm, and torso map to different buttons. Certain weapons excel against different armor types, and knowing when to switch from a slashing sword to a piercing spear means the difference between victory and death. During the first hours of my playthrough, I died repeatedly to basic enemies because I was using wrong weapon types. It was infuriating for a while until everything just clicked in place. Suddenly, I was reading enemy weaknesses, switching weapons mid-combat, feeling genuinely skilled rather than just lucky. The weapon crafting system is unique but mixed. Every weapon must be forged by your hand through a separate minigame. You choose materials affecting stats, select blade shapes, then hammer your creation into existence. It's not particularly fun, but it does create genuine connection to equipment that most role-playing games lack. I did love naming my weapons though. Weapon durability initially frustrated me beyond measure. However, as I progressed, I appreciated how it encourages weapon variety and tactical thinking. You can't rely on one favourite weapon, you need a small arsenal to work with. Exploration is both a strength and weakness. MercurySteam created a vast world filled with secrets and hidden paths. The interconnected design recalls the best Metroidvania games. However, navigation can be maddening. The map is practically useless, and I spent embarrassing amounts of time wandering various corridors. Despite frustrations, the world is compelling. The environmental storytelling is excellent. You can read history in architecture and enemy placement. The backstory about a mad queen turning steel to stone, leaving humanity defenseless, creates a fascinating premise and is fun to unravel. Aaron and companion Adso provide genuine heart to the adventure, their banter feels natural, and watching their friendship develop adds emotional weight. The voice acting is genuinely excellent, bringing personality to what could have been stock fantasy characters. Technically, Blades of Fire is remarkably solid. During my playthrough, I encountered minimal bugs and no crashes. Frame rate remained stable even during chaotic boss battles. While clearly drawing inspiration from Dark Souls, it carves out its own identity through weapon crafting and unique combat mechanics. The penalty for death, losing your equipped weapon rather than souls, which creates different risk calculations. Blades of Fire almost defeated me in opening hours. The combination of punishing difficulty, obtuse navigation, and tedious crafting nearly convinced me this was an ambitious failure. But around the 4-hour mark, everything gelled. The combat revealed its depth, the world opened meaningfully, and I became genuinely invested and hooked. This isn't a game for everyone. If you're looking for breezy adventure or instant gratification, look elsewhere. Blades of Fire demands patience, persistence, and willingness to engage with its systems. But for those willing to put in effort, it rewards you with one of the most satisfying action game experiences in recent memory. The name might make it sound like shovelware, but don't let that fool you. MercurySteam has created something very special, a beautiful, challenging, ultimately rewarding fantasy adventure that proves original IPs can still surprise us. If this review has been useful, please like and subscribe and help me build this channel into something awesome.
Finish him!